shit. Today marks 100 days since I graduated high school. A milestone that, while alluring in its promises of unrestricted 2 a.m. Macca's runs and the freedom to visit the toilet without asking, fucking terrifies me. It seems for the longest time during my final year, all I could think about was how much I wanted to graduate. How much I wanted to get away from my classmates and reinvent myself. How much I wanted the godforsaken HSC to finish, and for my life to begin. I thought I was desperate to turn the page and start fresh, indulging in an idealized tomorrow that comforted me in its ability to be just out of reach, a pristine fairy tale that never had to be endangered by the complexities of real life. Here I am now though, 3 months out and, unsurprisingly, yet to complete that metamorphosis into the hyper-energetic, eternally self-assured, ever-productive, Pinterest-worthy version of myself. So instead of plowing through in a frenzied attempt to reach some vaguely prophesized greener field beyond, perhaps stepping forward means turning back for a brief second and taking a moment to breathe. Starting off vanilla, but we've got to get it out of the way first, since it took an embarrassingly long time to sink in for me. The boring stuff, as everyone has told you time and time again, really is crucial. Sleeping, eating, cleaning, exercising, touching grass, socializing, etc., etc., etc. These are your foundations. They're like the maintenance trimmings around the yard, something that, while far removed from the grandeur of 3-week glow-ups, triumphant comebacks and overpriced water features, are ultimately what keeps weeds at bay and your garden healthy.
I think I used to fall into the trap of understanding the mind and body to be separate entities. Sort of like how everything down here is a robot controlled by the command center up here, which to a certain extent is true. But really, your brain is just another organ that is quite literally part of your body. If you're neglecting your body, you're neglecting your brain, and by extension, your mind. So no wonder you'd be miserable. So yeah, go outside, take a walk, hug a tree, and wash your hair. It smells like shit.
I feel like this is a pretty common concern amongst my age demographic. As a kid, you inherently lack control over your life. Whether you approve of it or not, external structures like school and authority figures like parents or teachers tend to dictate your actions, goals, and social circle. There's a certainty about a lack of alternate paths that negates the anxiety of choice and responsibility. As you grow older, however, suddenly people start trusting you a little more. You're given more opportunities to make your own choices, which, while cool in the freedom presented, come packaged with the overwhelming anxiety to make the right choices. Before, it was never really your fault if something fell through because someone else decided for you anyway. But now, the responsibility lies with you to ensure things work out and own it when they don't. Think of it as the difference between scheduled programming on free-to-air TV versus the dizzying opportunities presented by the Netflix homepage. It might be cope, but I suppose that's part of the beauty though, right? Where's the fun in raving about your little gem of a show if everything out there is a cinematic masterpiece? I think this ties nicely to the previous point of uncertainty. It's often said we are so preoccupied with perfect that we are blinded to the good right in front of us. Although not identical, I find Sylvia Plath's fig tree analogy from the bell jar represents this well. I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat, purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. Beyond the anxiety of choice in life, this concept is applicable also to the habits we cultivate. The internet today offers a plethora of juicy figs, each promising to optimize our lives, min-maxing our daily happenings by curating each minutiae to its most perfect form.
So I didn't call you.
This isn't to say these habits can't be useful to some, and that working smarter, not harder, has zero value, but instead, as Sylvia writes, I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them. Unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one, they plopped to the ground at my feet. Striving for unabated, absolute perfection isn't beneficial. Life isn't that rigid, and you can't have it all. What matters instead is probably just that you reach for what's best in your grasp right now. Because as you continue climbing that tree, the figs will inevitably change. Sometimes sweet and juicy, but oftentimes a little shriveled or unripe. In the end though, as long as you consistently pick the good, not flawless habits over the bad, you won't be falling behind, and suddenly won't be stuck at the foot of the tree on an empty stomach.
Wondering why.